Hello and welcome to another update video about FETCH.AI. We've seen a little bit of a boost for some of these AI coins, including FETCH.AI. I think we have a situation here where, and I need to change it over, I think this here seems to be the top, or not the top, but this seems to be here still within a wave one, because now we actually have a nice 5-wave move to the upside. We had here off this 9th of April low, a wave one, could have been a diagonal pattern to the upside in a wave one, then a wave two to the downside, a long third wave, a fourth wave, and a fifth wave. I think that seems reasonable. And after that, we continued to run higher here, obviously in this fifth wave of the first wave. And after that, we now expect a wave two at some point. Not yet necessarily. I have no indication a top is in place. But if we get some confirmation that a top is in place, maybe somewhere at these resistances here that I'm going to highlight in a second. But then we would expect that pullback in a wave two, and then we can formulate an additional trend reversal area for FET, even though I feel this yellow box will still be relevant. Yeah. Now, if we look at the structure here, we have resistance at 46.4 cents. We're nearly there. So we rallied quite impulsively actually out of this support area now to that resistance box, which I can put on the chart now actually. So it's resistance here between the 46.2 cent level and 48.5. It's this wave one high, which is going to create some trouble, I think, for the chart. And it's not only that, as you can see, if we move that box further to the left, you can see there is a lot of resistance there. So this will be tough for FET to get through. But if it does, then we can carry on rallying to rally higher here in this overall third wave. And the target for this third wave would be the 1.618 extension. We talk about 62.8 cents as a minimum. That would be basically in the region where we've got this resistance of the 8th of February, this spike. Yeah, so above that then we have actually, not much left that could stop FET, because by then we will have moved out of a range. So if I zoom out a bit, can you see that? Yeah, there is actually this previous swing high of the 5th of April last year at 54 cents, which could provide some resistance, but we would have broken it by the time that we get to the that sort of 60, I can't see it anymore, this sort of 61 cent higher. But above that, you can see there is not too much resistance left until we get into these regions around 90 cents. So I'm watching if we can push through resistance next. Typically what we would expect is to at least get a bit of a rejection there, but it's one of the coins which has now created a nice 5-wave move here to the upside of the 9th of April low. Actually a more interesting and a more impulsive structure than on many other charts. So I'm watching that with high interest here, but it's too early to really confirm the third wave breakout, even though it's looking good now. It's starting to look good. Good evidence would be a break above this wave one high, and that is what needs to happen next. Have a bit of an inverse head and shoulders here as well. It's very ugly though, so I wouldn't necessarily highlight it as such too much. But yeah, left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. Eventually it needs to push higher above the red box, and the third wave target is known, and eventually we should push even higher in this larger third wave. But we're not there yet, and first of all we need to get above resistance. Looking at the volume, there isn't massive volume, but some people ask me why I never consider volume in analysis, because volume is a lagging indicator, because when you see volume, the crowd is already there. Okay, so when the crowd is already there, then you're chasing. So that's why I don't really use volume too much. For me, price is key. And yeah, volume is interesting. And to be honest, a third wave rally should be carried by volume. but the moment you see volume, you see it in the price typically. So it's, it's sort of not too useful in my opinion. I don't usually wait for confirmation by volume. If in the early stages of a third wave rally there is little volume, that is not a problem. As you can see here, we also rallied here in the beginning of a third wave quite a bit until volume started to show up. We had already moved quite a bit by then, right? And the biggest volume spike is typically then here somewhere in the middle. So yeah, and also here where you had that massive volume spike in December 22, that was when the crowd was already there, okay? That was when the crowd was already there. But yeah, I mean, at the moment there is little volume, so ideally that starts to show up and we break above resistance. Okay, that's my update about FET. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.